Alright, so we are live. So yeah, this is prototype 2. I did my first, I did a practice run of this on, so it's Saturday today. I did a practice run of this on Thursday, and then I did my first, like, ever real run of it yesterday. And I came, I got 3 hours, 6 minutes, 56 seconds, as you can see on my, maybe you can see on my splits, which is good enough to get third place at the moment. So I thought it's only 5 minutes behind second place. So I thought, okay, well, I wasn't really planning on running this that much, but I guess I may as well just push to get second because that's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, here we are. Like I say, this is my second real run. It's my uh, technically third run overall, but just thought I'd give it a go, see if I can get there. Of course, I'm doing any percent easy. I don't have any DLC or anything like that. I'm not doing New Game Plus. I'm just going to do a regular New Game. Some of my timings might be a little bit off. I know certainly I messed up a load of the splits, so I had to skip a load. I'm going to intentionally start a little bit early just to make sure I get it correctly. Alright, there we go. And then I'll probably split a little bit late as well. Or, like, end a little bit late. But I just want to make sure. I don't want to, like, accidentally start late and then the time's all wrong or whatever. So we'll get there.
What? You think I won't follow you in there?
Hello? Please help me! Oh God, help me!
I just want to point out, I don't feel that I'm particularly good at this game. Um, in the run that I did yesterday, I think I died 3 times, if not more. Goliath fights in particular, I'm very bad at. But, you know, if I can do all of that and still get second place, then sure. But, you know, as speedrunning always is, just a little bit of fun. I suppose I should point out for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Slangster. I don't stream very regularly, but whatever. I've done some speedruns. My other main 2 speedruns that I've done are Strider, not the NES version, the 2014 version. Run that on PC, which I am 6th place on, I believe. And Final Fantasy VII PC, any percent, no slots, no warps. Which is a mouthful to say the least, but... That's the regular PS1 route if you've ever watched Final Fantasy VII speedruns, but run on PC instead, because I don't have a PS1. I don't know where my discs are for Final Fantasy VII. And I definitely don't have a way to capture a console, so I just thought I'd run it on PC. I'm 5th on that, so that's pretty cool. But obviously the PC one isn't quite as competitive as the PS1 route is, but whatever. Decided to run this game just because, I mean, I played this quite a bit when I was a teenager. Once I first started getting a good PC and stuff, I used to play this all the time. It was so much fun. Just running around, massacring people, running up buildings, flying, all sorts. It was great. I'm a big fan of superhero games like this.
I'm gonna kill you when I
Spider-Man, for example. Spider-Man on PS4, that was a great game. Spider-Man 2 was like one of my most played games when I was a kid. The one with Doctor Octopus in it. I loved that one. Spider-Man 3 on PS3, used to play that a lot. I played all the Infamous games. I do have Marvel's Avengers, but I didn't really like that game that much. Found it a bit boring. I more prefer the like free roaming superhero games. Saying that though, I'm not really a fan of a lot of the other open world games. Like, I mean, I played Skyrim and stuff like that. I didn't really like Horizon Zero Dawn. GTA's okay. I mean, I loved them when I was younger, but for me, the big thing about open world games is the open world part needs to be fun. So, a great example is Spider-Man. You know, just swinging around, running up buildings or whatever is so much fun. Why do I have a barrel? I don't want this.
Riley, keep burning him. Gladly, sir. How about eat them? Eat them to survive. Shut the fuck up, Doc. All non-essential personnel evacuate. I need a perimeter defense on this building. Roger, Colonel. Rattler 1-1 is off your mic.
That's my cue to leave.
Fight through this, freak.
As for this game, I mean, maybe there's stuff that people haven't really found out about it, but generally, if you're looking for like a synopsis of how this speedrun is compared to a lot of other speedruns, there's no skips, there's no glitches, there's no like weird tricks or anything like that. It's literally just you play the game as intended completely, start to finish. Do all the missions that you need to do. You don't obviously skip cutscenes, but obviously you skip cutscenes, but yeah, you don't really.
Shit. Gotta find some cover.
There's no real like sequence breaks or like out of bounds glitches or anything like that. You just play through it as intended, start to finish. Just do everything as normal. I mean, saying that, there are a couple of tricks. One in particular that you'll see me use, or try to use, I'm not great at it.
Wait a minute. I know
So
this
whenever
guy
you finish a mission,
church.
uh, as soon as you touch the ground after getting the mission complete thing, you do this weird kind of look around. So I don't really get why.
I need to look at the Gentech and Black. Who's in charge around here?
I guess just to show that the mission's finished. If you're flying when that should happen, it doesn't happen. And it's that simple. So
Father, if Black
basically, as soon as you know you've finished a mission, just start like running up walls, flying, whatever, and then you won't stop. You get the mission complete, notification, and then that's it. That's all that happens. Similarly, whenever he evolves, if you're flying or if you're on a wall or whatever, you can skip the weird like flex thing he does when he gets all the weird tendrils around him, whatever.
I've got viral sonar.
As long as you're running up a wall or flying or anything like that. So that saves a little bit of time. Not a huge amount, but you know, it's better than nothing. I mean, say it saves what, 5 seconds every mission. There's about 30 missions, 25 missions or so. So that's not too bad. It's like a minute at least, minute and a half. Another thing you'll see me do a lot is... that's not what I wanted to do. Um, Generally, when you're flying, the fastest way to get down to the ground is to do a jumping grab. So that's why I'll often like grab things for no reason, just because
I'll deal with him later. First, I
as you fall to the ground, as you jump in, you just do this grab thing, and it sends you to the floor really quickly. Another thing to note is anytime you get a call, if it's one where he gets his phone out and holds it to his ear, if you're in the air, you just plummet. It's a very slow palmlet, which is unfortunate, but for that you have to not be in the air, which is a little bit awkward because, as I just said, you want to be in the air when you finish a mission so that you don't get the weird look around thing that I've mentioned, but you also don't want to be in the air or on top of a building in case you get a call. And there are some where as soon as you finish a mission, you get a call. So there's probably a way around it. You could probably like be in the air until you know you've skipped things and then land so you don't fall out of the sky, but whatever. I'm not min-maxing this game that much. For anyone who's more familiar with speedruns and live splits, yes, a lot of my splits are going to be golds, just because, like I said, this is my second timed run, my third technically third run, but
Brooks. That's that fucker
I'm not
that
really
had me
interested.
killed back
Like,
in
it's not a big deal.
Well, let's see
And
if I can find him.
as you will see later on, a lot of my splits are messed up because I have to skip a load
Still got
because I
no
missed the
clue if this
timer.
thing works.
I think on my last run I did 2 of the missions backwards. There's a point where there's a few points where you can select what mission you want to do. Generally you have to do both of them anyway, but you can select which mission you want to complete, and I chose the wrong one. Didn't really cost me anything. I think it might have meant that I did a mission without a power that I was supposed to have, but it doesn't really matter too much. So like here, mission complete. I just need to make sure that I stay off the ground. Generally, the fastest way to travel, at least once you've got upgrades, is to just sprint on the floor. If you sprint for a long time on the ground, you get a really big speed increase. I don't have the upgrades yet. See, look, there you go, I missed a skip. That's why I'm at
I need to find
1.2 seconds behind,
He's the
because
one
I
trying to kill
missed a
me in
split.
that lab.
Missed a split, not skip. There we go. Right, this one.
Listen to this Blackwatch message I just intercepted.
Okay.
Cottonmouth 4-1, this is Cottonmouth. You'll be heading to test site Washington. Prepare for controlled release. Over. You hear that, James? Those specimens, they are the monsters, and the test sites are city parks. This is what Blackwatch does.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I should have been ahead at the end of that split,
And I'm gonna
but
find Rooks.
I'm almost certain I should have been ahead, but because I'm not paying much attention, especially because I'm talking, I missed the split, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm also not going to be optimal with the cutscenes that you can and can't skip, because a lot of them you can't skip. I tend to just leave it for a bit until I reckon it's one that I would be able to skip, but it shouldn't matter too much. A lot of the really obvious ones I will skip, but
Oh my god, it's down! The specimen is down!
this is the evolution. Obviously this is a power specific one, so you can't skip this. This is to show that I have claws.
Let's give these babies a test run.
Thing with these bonuses, generally you want to skip them. Um, the point about the bonuses is they give you evolution points, which is what you use to buy the upgrades. We get enough points generally from the missions that you don't need to worry about how many upgrades you get. I'm messing this up. There we go. And so getting the bonuses is actually slower because it means you're going to get more upgrades. Certainly a lot more than you're going to need, which means you're going to get the little evolution animation more often than you need to. Even if you skip it, you still have to open the menu. I don't know if the menu is skippable. It probably is, but...
That ass whooping ought to restore the father's faith.
So here's the evolution thing. Obviously we put as many into movement as we can because we're trying to go as quickly as possible.
Where do I find Brooks?
After that, I generally put points into, or a couple of points into the Devastator once we unlock it. Just especially the first one, which makes it so it can't be interrupted. That's very important. After that, I generally just put points into health because
What exactly did you do before?
even on easy, it's quite easy to die, especially against the Goliaths. So it's a good idea to just put points into health. Make sure you don't die. Otherwise, you can lose like a minute or two. Depends on where it is you die, what it was you were fighting, things like that.
All right, got a name. Dr. Samuel Billingsley.
See, he's a head researcher for Gentech. You're getting closer to Rooks for sure.
Let me try.
I know one guide I was reading suggests that finishers are a good idea. I can't say I've ever really used them. Maybe I should, but I just didn't really find them that useful. Maybe I'll try one this run.
Billingsley didn't know anything about Rooks, but I heard something about a Gentech lab experiment.
Obviously, for anyone who is interested in picking up this game, I got all of my notes from a PowerPoint, which is on Speedrun.com. I'll be honest, I don't remember the name of the person who created it, so whoever it was, thank you. If you just go to Speedrun.com for Prototype 2, go to guides, you can find the PowerPoint, which obviously it's not too in-depth, but because there aren't really any tricks in this game, you don't need to go in-depth with anything. It's literally just you play through the missions in order. There's a couple of tips in there, like what weapons you should use against certain enemies. If you're on New Game Plus, when you should use Devastator, which is like a big explosion ability. You'll see that later on. When to use finishers, things like that. There's a lot of segments like this where you need to kind of sneak around in a base by disguising yourself as one of the soldiers. There are a couple of them where I believe it's faster to literally just forget that it's a stealth mission, just dive into your target. Just because either there's very few soldiers to kill, or because, as we'll find out later on, you have to worry about as you see right here, like this guy, I can't consume him because the other guy's watching. When there's only one soldier watching him, fine, easy, you just kill that soldier, nice and done. When there's lots of soldiers watching them, it just takes too long to work out how to do it stealthy.
Stratus 2-4, this is Stratus.
It's possible that I should do more of them stealthy than I do. It's possible I should do fewer of them stealthy than I do, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter.
Copy that, Doctor. Shouldn't be a problem.
Even if you don't do it stealthily, it doesn't take very much to. It doesn't take very much to just kill all the soldiers and then the alert's over and then you just carry on. A lot of the times you don't even need to worry about the alerts, to be honest. Sometimes you can't do what you wanted to, like you can't open certain doors if you're in an alert. But sometimes you can, so.
Damn it. He didn't know shit. Try using his credentials on a nearby computer. There's probably a database that shows Rook's current location. I'm at the computer. What do I press?
This is the kind of thing, like, I have no control over this. It's just a bunch of dialogue. I have no input here. I would prefer if I could just skip this, but it's not skippable. Generally, if it's in like the cinematic mode, so you've got the bars at the top and bottom, you can skip it. But even that's not true. Generally, if it's showing something, well, like, there's so many exceptions to these rules that I'm putting out that it's not really worth continuing. I was going to say, like, generally a lot of the ones where you don't see Hella, which is the character we're playing, they're skippable, but a lot of the times they're not. And again, like I say, I could absolutely just work them all out, just note down which one's skippable, which one's not. This is the look around animation I was talking about. If you're flying when this happens, then you don't get to see it. And you don't get to see this mutation awarded. Although this particular one, this is the only one we're going to get. A lot of them you have to get from consuming certain enemies. We're not going to be consuming any of the special enemies, so it does not matter. So as you can see, currently we're moving pretty slowly. I think at the moment jumping's probably faster. Obviously the other issue with trying to constantly sprint is we're in a very built up area. You can't just sprint in a straight line to where you want to go, so jumping over buildings and air dashing and all sorts, probably faster. Thing about the grab, when you get close to the ground or close to wherever it is that you're going to grab, if you either glide, which is just the run button while you're in air, or dash, which is just jumping while you're in the air, it cancels the grab.
I'm tired of running after this guy.
Listen to me. You've got to be careful, James. These bases are on high alert. You're going to need a military disguise to get inside unnoticed.
Shouldn't be a problem.
So, they recommend that you wait for your suspicion meter so you can actually sneak up behind him. I don't really understand the point of that, because you can just run up to him and consume him. But whatever. This one, what they're trying to point out is these things, the viral detectors. So, if you stay too close to them, they start to fill up your suspicion meter, but you can still eat people, or consume people rather. And then you just move away from them in time and you're fine. See, we got close, but it was fine. We made it. Like I was saying, there's a lot of cutscenes where it's very obvious that you can skip them. All of the really cinematic ones, like the one I just skipped, you can tell it's like a story-focused cutscene rather than a here's what you're doing specifically for your mission. But I thought I'd be able to skip this one, but I can't.
Any scientists involved in this research need to be, how you say, dealt with.
That's my specialty.
Red Crown, we have James Heller at Camp Julia. Repeat, we have James Heller. Oh my God, what do we do? Just run! Come on!
Obviously, because I'm on easy, for a lot of things like this, I can just go after the objective. There's no point trying to kill anything, because I take very little damage from anything. This is where the jump grab comes in really handy. A lot of the time you can end up like grabbing the wrong target, so I guess they'd recommend using the lock-on, but it's not worth it, to be honest.
Your team has been... they're all dead.
How? What do we pay you for? Sheffield, do you read? Where are you? I'm at the field op camp. Get the hell out of there! I'm sending an evac transport to your location.
Better hope I don't get there first.
An important thing to note is when you first glide while you're in the air, you gain a little bit of height, and you gain that after each dash as well. You can't continually do that though. Later on, once we get another movement upgrade, we'll get a second air dash, so that'd be good. But if you like stop gliding and then try and glide again, you don't. If it wasn't after a dash, you don't just get more height. This guy here, I guess I wasn't supposed to get that close, but whatever.
Come on, Doctor. In you go.
You've ruined everything, you know. Over half of Bellamy's research team, just gone.
Don't worry, Doc. This is
Can't skip that one, of course.
lab rats. We'll get you some more.
Viper 3-4, this is Viper. Proceed with Dr. Sheffield to evac zone India's...
Viper, this is Viper 3-4. We have contact with unknown hostile. Over.
3-4, engage! Say again!
One thing you need to be careful of whenever you're firing rockets at something is any enemy that gets in the way will block the rocket, because it just explodes on them instead.
Be advised, reinforcements are delayed. Over.
God damn it.
Did I kill him? No, great. Which is why I like to jump instead, it just makes it a little bit more reliable. So here, as you can see, I'm intentionally flying and running along buildings because I don't want to do the stop to look around. But I get a call, so as you can see, I just fall to the floor.
Kill those scientists.
Yep.
If you're on top of a building when you get this call, or when you get any call, it's very difficult to step over the edge. So you generally want to be close to the ground, if not on ground, because it makes things a little bit more reliable. You're going to be able to move, and like obviously even moving at walking speed is better than nothing. I shapeshifted there in midair because I didn't want to immediately start an alert. A lot of missions, maybe all of them, I don't know, I haven't obviously tested it because who cares. A lot of missions you can't start if you're in an alert, so.
James, I got some information about the civilian testing. They're injecting prisoners with something taken from an infected monster.
Already on it. Gonna check it out right now.
Watch out. You may need to...
Dress up like a Black Watch bitch to get in? I know the drill.
So obviously here I'm being watched. I'm gonna need to. Oh wait, I've already got an outfit. What we're talking about. What I was going to say was I need to consume someone so I can get inside, but that's me not paying attention. I can skip that one. I don't know why I can skip that one, but not previous ones. This is one point where in Guides it recommends, if you have the Devastator, if you're playing on New Game Plus, use the Devastator because it's a lot faster than doing it this way. I don't actually know what the optimal way to do this is. I think it's the rocket launcher. The guy did say something, but I didn't really understand what it was saying. That just always seems to grab you. I'm sure it's dodgeable,
Hell
but
is this thing? Take that, you giant pig motherfuckers!
see, like I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. I think rocket launch is probably the fastest way. Yeah, look how low I am. One hit away from dying. I'll probably be able to consume someone.
Security
Oh, never mind.
security breach. Any unauthorized personnel to be sanctioned with extreme prejudice.
So I've got the second weapon. One thing to point out is, like I mentioned, the guide on how to run this says about what weapons you should use against what enemies. So the claws are generally good against the brawlers, which are those strange infected things that we got the claws from. They're also good against the Orion soldiers, which are like big, bulky soldiers, look a bit like Bane, who we'll see later on. Very shortly, in fact. The tendrils, which are the ones we just got, they're particularly good against juggernauts, which are these things that have like huge fists and block a lot of your attacks. But with tendrils, you can tie them up and get some good attacks against them. The other weapons I'll explain when we get there. Tendrils also supposed to be good against strong enemies, I guess you could say. Things like tanks, and I use them a lot against helicopters, just because until you get the whip fist, which isn't until much later in the game, it's really easy to just jump up, do the hold attack against a helicopter. That will generally do like half of its health,
Phase 2 of what?
and you'll be good. This is what I was talking about earlier, where there's 2 different missions you can go to. We will be doing both of them eventually anyway, but for whatever reason, the guide suggests that we go to the G first. I think some of them you go to certain places first because you'll get power up from them. Again, I don't remember the game well enough to say for certain if that is the case, but I think one of the ones that I did in the wrong order, I would have got the blade from the one that I should have done, which would have been helpful in the mission I was doing, but not necessary, you could say, because it's still completable. In fact, easily completable without the blade. It's just a little bit easier with the blade. I'm thinking after this I might go for one of the more, I guess you could say, competitive speedrun games. Maybe something like Batman would be quite good. Batman Arkham City in particular is an incredible game. And I know there's at least some people that speedrun that.
What's the matter? You don't like it when a monster rolls up on your home turf?
I'm going to test something, just because I wanted to try this last time. Because I think it might be slightly faster. Yeah, there we go. Just spray them down. That's exactly what I wanted to test. Then grab the rocket launcher, so we can take out this tank. Again, you're supposed to use tendrils here, but I find it faster to just get the rocket launcher and blow them up.
Time to get in there.
So yeah, generally, anytime you use exit alert, this isn't the case later on because they start to counter it, but generally the easiest way to exit alert is just run to the top of the building and then shapeshift.
Blackburn, this is Dr. Connors. 82% efficiency. Prepare subject 11.
You want to know what happens when you put people in a room with a monster?
This one, you can literally just run past them.
Shit, we got a hostile. Captain, that's the
that easy.
You couldn't stop this guy from getting in? Why are you even here? Shut your fucking
Oh yeah, so this mission is where we get the shields from. You'll see them in a sec. Allow you to block attacks instead of just dodging them, and allow you to reflect and parry attacks, which is very useful. These are the juggernauts. These are the ones with the big fists, like I mentioned. You want to use the tendrils against these, because it ties them up, and you can just rip their arms off like that. If you try and use the claws, they just block it. It's like the whole happens in a lot of games where you hit something that's like indestructible, your weapon just bounces off them.
You just try and hit me now.
There you go, we got the shields.
Nighttime, this is Cottonmouth. We have arrived at the test site and are moving to suppress all hostiles. Over.
Cottonmouth. Sir, the target...
And again, you can just run past everything, it doesn't matter.
All units focus your fire. Break that fucker down.
So here's a good point. I can still get out of here even though there's an alert going on. And even though there's an alert going on and they know I'm suspicious, nobody cares as soon as I walk out. Which is a bit ridiculous, but whatever. Oh, they do care. Okay, well, they didn't last time. I landed there just because I wasn't sure it was going to count it as being completed. Because it looked like something weird was going on there, where I'd already exited the alert, but obviously got to look around and then the evolution, but it doesn't matter too much. Right, then we head to the G marker. I just want to point out, I'm not going to be resetting this run. Like, something would have to go seriously wrong, like, the game would have to break for me to want to reset. I wouldn't say that this game is punishing enough if you like make a mistake. Certainly the leaderboard isn't. So just because, you know, I overshot something or I ran in the wrong direction or whatever, even if I die, I don't really care. It's fine.
Dragon, this is Hammerhead 4-2. We've arrived at the church. What is the target's location?
Which is nice because prior to this, like I said, I played a lot of Strider. That's one where, because the game's only, like, because you finish the game in about half an hour, any mistakes you make are pretty punishing. I have no idea what just happened there. It just locked onto a lot of things that I didn't want to lock onto, so I'm just going to get the normal rocket launcher.
Dragon, this is Ballista 3. Engaging
Obviously at this point, if you can find any rocket launchers, that's a lot faster at taking out helicopters.
When to give up, do you?
Because as you just saw, they just died in seconds. So it's nice that these guys are giving us more.
engaging church, over.
Nuh-uh. No, you fucking don't.
This is obviously a lot faster than trying to take them out with a jumping tendrils attack, where you have to jump, do the hold attack, watch it hit, then land, then jump again, because you can't do 2 tendril hold attacks in one jump. I am going to do what it suggests here and grab this. Mostly because I want to take out these helicopters. If it actually fires. Yeah, there we go. Gonna grab, if it lets me, if I press the right button, grab this one, just so I can blow up this one.
Hang tight, Father. I'm on this.
And then there's one guy who's still alive for some reason, so... Wait, I missed? I wasn't expecting to Wow, okay. Yeah, just miss everything, that's cool.
Father Guerra, answer me!
James, I'm heading to the green zone. It's much safer there.
All right, Father.
As you can see, I'm saving quite a lot of time because I'm just trying some extra things that I think are a little bit faster. Like last time, I didn't pick up weapons to take down those helicopters. I just did the tendrils attack, which takes forever, especially because sometimes they fly too high, so you can't reach them. You have to like climb up a building. It's just not worth it. Just pick up a weapon. I don't know if that's one where the guide suggested that I use the tendrils or what, but you know. Keep practicing, keep learning.
Viper 1-2, come in.
I'm not going to practice game a lot, but
Better get
one
my
small,
1-2, sir.
easy change I can do to give myself a good amount of time.
Got you now, Bellamy.
Blackwatch? Viper. It's Dr. Ted Bellamy. I'm supposed to get evac'd out of here. Where is my evac team? Over. Thank you.
Dr. Bellamy, this is Viper. We have a helicopter en route to pick you up. Should arrive in 3 to 5 mics. That means minutes. Over. Viper, this is Viper 1-2. About to arrive for Egghead taxi service. Over. Copy that, Viper 1-2. Go slow this time. We don't want him yakking in the cab again.
So here, all you need to do is just destroy this helicopter. I messed that one up a little bit. Basically, the fastest thing to do is just find someone who's got a rocket launcher, grab a rocket launcher.
Viper, this is Viper 1-2. Contact with unknown hostile.
And there we go.
Roger that one.
Helicopter's destroyed.
Ride that just crashed?
Helicopter evac is not working. Ready Bellamy in an armored transport. We've got Bellamy. Convoy is leaving as we speak.
Some of these are skippable, some of them aren't. That's why I kind of hold it for a bit.
I'll tie you up and drag you behind us.
Again, I'm going to do... Again, like, it recommends you use the tendril. It says they're highly effective against armored vehicles. They're not.
What's going on out there?
I don't really get why it recommends using tendrils here, because they're very slow.
You idiots are getting...
I mean, I'm going to have to now, because I destroyed those other two tanks, but... I mean, look how little damage it does. Like, yes, obviously it's better than claws, but... If I just had like a rocket launcher or something... No, this is going around much faster.
Just following orders. This is Bird's project. He's who you want. Then I'll consider you an appetizer.
I think the next mission is actually here, so I'm just going to stop, because I'm pretty sure it's like on this building. So we get an evolution. Again, as before, we're just going to put it straight into movement. We get a call. Like I say, I'm pretty sure it's on this building.
Find me some information on a doctor named Burke. I think he's in charge of some other Gentech project.
Might be a different mission. I'm pretty sure there's a mission on this building. Alright, yeah, wrong mission. So we might now... That was a mistake. Whatever. We might now be at a point where running is just faster. Looks like it might be close. You can see here I missed a lot of Missed a lot of splits. That's why my
James, I think I
splits
found the
messed up.
location of Dr. Koenig.
No shit. Maybe I'll lock him down with a dozen bloodthirsty infected. See how he likes it.
I'm sending you his coordinates. You need to stop him, James. He's a dangerous man.
That's all the reason I need. I'm at Koenig's location.
What do you see?
A way inside.
So here I'm just gonna eat this guy.
DNA. Thanks.
We'll run away, exit the alert. Come back as the person we just killed and they won't suspect anything. Even though they just saw him die, but don't worry about it. A little bit confused, but whatever, it's fine.
They got a lot of security in here.
So we go in here, the bonus is to not enter alert. I'm pretty sure you just want to go straight in and then just kill everyone. It really doesn't matter.
We have an intruder. Guard the entrance. Protect Dr. Koenig.
Is this one where I can go in? Yeah, this is what I mean. So, you'd think during alert you can't go in. No, you just walk straight in, it's fine. And then, okay, so there we go. Oh wait, no, I think I was in the wrong thing. Whatever. Right, so now I'm not even suspected, and you just walk straight out.
James, have you taken care of Koenig?
Not exactly.
That's interesting.
Got some bigger problems now. You heard of Project Orion?
No. What is it?
A bunch of super soldier mutants trying to hunt me down.
Que hijo de putas.
So we're probably now getting to the point where, like I say, sprinting's just faster. Generally, you don't want to run into anything. Anytime you jump over anything, I don't think it resets your speed, but it does slow you down.
All right, Doc, I'm at the facility. This place ain't exactly lightly guarded.
As should be expected.
Again, this is something where I believe
They won't be able to call
you
for reinforcements.
you probably whatever. Basically, I'm just gonna use a rocket launcher. I just find it faster. You just do this.
This is Rattler 2-1. Hostile has destroyed Com Tower 1. Copy that, Tango.
I mean, look, all three of them are dead. That simple. Just grab a rocket launcher, shoot the three of them, done. Rather than having to run over there and hit them like 5 times with the tendrils.
Hey, Koenig, I thought you said Project Orion wasn't active yet.
That's correct.
Yeah? Then what the fuck am I fighting right now?
Oh dear, this is not good. Orion is down. Take down the hostile.
So now we just want to find more people with rocket launchers. If it actually lets me stand still for a bit. Eat this guy. Steal the rocket launcher. Again, jumping is worthwhile. Stops anything from getting in the way. I'm just going to finish this one off normally. There we go, nice and simple.
How many of these assholes are there?
One thing you can do, it's not reliable, but whenever enemies have a red exclamation mark above their head, it generally means you can grab them and do an extra attack. It looks like if I trigger that, I can hit them a couple of times and then do the grab. So just, you know, some extra damage you can fit in. It's always nice. This is such a action movie scene. Ripping his head off while everything around him is exploding.
Sir, we were forced to
Ooh,
evacuate
rifle
the
skill
facility.
upgrade, exciting.
Everything's gone. It's all destroyed. Project Orion is destroyed. Not entirely. We still have the Phase 2 soldier at our proving grounds. We can clone him and continue the research there.
Helen, are you all right?
This Dr. Burke said something about proving grounds. Find out what the hell he's talking about and get back to me.
Says mission complete. Like I've said many times, don't worry about the fact that the timer's now messed up. After not this upcoming mission, but the one after, it will go back to normal. So yeah, like I was saying, those were the Orion soldiers. They're a lot like Bane. Claws are good against them.
You mind telling me exactly what these proving grounds are for?
Those super soldiers you were fighting were only the first phase of the Orion project. Phase 2 was to fuse the existing serum with DNA extracted from, well, from you.
What?
Luckily, the samples were destroyed in the Orion facility, but they still have one successful Phase 2 soldier at the proving grounds.
Not for long. Hell of an operation they got going here.
Remember, your primary target is the Phase 2 Orion soldier. If you don't take him out, then Burke will be able to
This mission tends to get a little bit screwy. Sometimes you can...
continue.
I think first time I did it,
Trust me.
I messed up the first attack, but then had I got the second, which made it really quick.
Blood without asking.
Second time I did it,
Rattle 1. We've
I,
spotted Heller.
everything was very slow.
No. Don't let him near the test subject.
So that's what I mean. You can see I blocked the attack, triggered the grab, hit him a couple of times,
We lose that specimen. All of our work is for nothing.
and then did the grab.
Now.
Although I got interrupted in that second one by a rocket launcher.
You better quit talking like me. I'll tell you that.
No. No.
What was in
So now, spoilers, but you're about to see it. Well, I'll just let you wait. That's fine. We've unlocked the Devastator. There you go. And this is what it does. Very dramatic. After that, you just need to fill up your thing. So you just eat a little more people.
I ate that Orion too, and then I exploded.
That's biomass expulsion
Yep, there we go.
technology. You might be able to replicate the
Fill up your mass meter. And then you just need to kill a load of things.
Viper units, this is Red Crown. Suppression forces in position. Over.
Shit. The infected broke out of their
The problem here is that Devastator is interruptible.
Stay in position. Tango primary is not
So
leaving the premises.
you need to get close to them so you actually hit them. But if you get hit, then it interrupts it.
Rattler units, this is Rattler 3. Concentrate fire on Tango primary. Over.
Though the more of them you can hit, the better. One thing I should mention: anytime you get like this killing thing, you can just kill them normally. It wouldn't surprise me if, I don't know, it's close. You can just keep hitting them, and they will just fall over and die. You don't need to do these cinematic kills where you chop their heads off or whatever. The problem is often he slices both their arms off first. If you've got like a grenade launcher, it works, but I generally think just doing the straight up grab is faster.
This is Dr. Burke.
Right, that's all of them.
Extracted him.
Apparently that's not skippable.
My protection.
And then obviously we just go after this guy.
Take my DNA.
Do the huge leap.
I'm gonna gut you like a fucking trout.
I'm gonna land so I can jump when I exit the alert. And there we go. Like I say, flying to avoid the mission complete look around, but then got a call straight away. So
Up. What are you talking about? I've been trying to help you.
Bullshit. You've been trying to get me killed. Now I'm gonna return the favor.
Sergeant, please. If you'll just come back to the lab, I'm sure I can explain whatever misconceptions.
I'm a bit stuck
you might
now.
have.
Okay, there we go.
Sergeant! Sergeant!
I don't know if I should be jumping so high. I just like the animation. Something feels like you're moving quick, but maybe because you're moving up, it's not quite as fast as it seems. I don't know.
Oh, God damn it! Burn that psychotic to a cinder!
So here we're just gonna eat this guy.
Doing this to kill me, Doc.
And get his rocket launcher. Interesting thing is you can actually deflect missiles. So not only can you deflect missiles towards like where they came from, you can deflect them towards other things. So that rocket launcher guy shot me with a rocket, so I could actually deflect it with could actually deflect it to the helicopter. Again here, you're probably supposed to destroy the tendrils, but I just find it fastest to do this.
Target just whipped our toe off. Target just whipped our goddamn toe off.
I don't know what happened to that one. That's the wrong person. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I was trying to grab a rocket launcher or at least a grenade launcher to make this a little bit faster, but I think I wasted a lot of time getting in combat with the Orions and whatever. It also looks like my thing's messed up because it's just constantly telling me that I can press A and D. That's to get out of the Orion grab, but whatever, it's fine.
Base 7, huh? Thinks he can hide from me?
Just to make sure everyone knows, obviously I know which direction generally I need to head in. I've got it written down in my notes, so
I want this place locked down tighter than the head of a drum.
Let's see if I can smoke this fucker out.
I wasn't just clairvoyant and knew and guessed that I needed to run this way. Can I? No, I can't weaponize off this. Okay. We're gonna eat this guy.
All units, this is Rattler. We have a confirmed visual on the
Grab his rocket launcher.
That's him. Heller, that's your target. Kill him. All of you, kill him.
Not sure how good the grenade launcher is, but it looks like it might actually be better than the rocket launcher. Doesn't do as much damage, but it still destroys in 2 hits, and it's got 6 shots instead. I'm just gonna finish this one off.
Improving your defense systems. Just fly the fucking helicopter. No. What the
So there's somebody with a rocket launcher somewhere.
Keep on him, pilot.
Oh, that was a lot faster than I was expecting.
It's because of your goddamn tinkering. It overloaded the weapons and nav systems.
Well, fix it, idiot.
That's it. Abandon ship.
Stay right with
We're going down.
Guess that's not skippable. Alright. Then, spoilers, Koenig is actually affected as well.
Laugh while you can.
You are lacking, Sergeant. A brute. An animal. You are nothing.
And I guess nothing's about to
So then we just need to beat the crap out of him. I'm sure Hella would say that in a much more vulgar way, but crap will do.
I could do this all damn day, Koenig. Only thing you're doing is stalling.
So then he runs away once you get him low enough.
Be pleased. I'll worry about that after I've beaten you to death.
You want me to beg him?
When I did this on my run yesterday, I actually ended up killing him, and then he landed in the water. His ragdoll like bounced off the side of the building and ended up in the water. It was a bit ridiculous. Right, where are we heading now? North. Alright. So I probably could have flown during that, but I wasn't paying enough attention, obviously. Alright, so we've now got... I'm going to take the mass one just to make sure it's uninterruptible, and then we'll get the next speed one afterwards. Again, I do apologise about the thing that's telling me to mash A and D. I've not had that happen before. I guess it's some kind of bug that happened. Well, like, obviously it was some kind of bug that happened when the Orion soldier grabbed me, but I don't know what caused it, and I don't know how to fix it. Maybe it'll go away eventually. Maybe it'll just be here for the rest of the game. Who knows? Maybe next time I get grabbed by one, it'll get rid of it. Ah, see, this is the mission I was talking about that was on this building. I knew there was one.
All right, Father. So how'd you get over to the green zone anyway? All the bridges are out.
Not the air bridge. Blackwatch flies transport helicopters between the zones. I bribed one of their pilots to take me aboard.
I'm not much for bribing. Think I'll just body snatch some poor sucker and steal a seat. Be seeing you real soon, Father. You take care.
So there, obviously, you should probably stealth consume him, but
Bridge is shut down. There are hostiles in the area. I say again, hostiles in the area.
I'm just gonna run towards him,
1-1. We are preparing for liftoff.
consume him, then we just wait for a bit.
Immediately to the helipad. Thank you.
Dragon 1-1.
Right, now they can't. Now suspicion's gone, so we can just run back.
Hold there. I'm coming aboard.
Roger that, Sergeant.
Oh, right, it was trying to tell me press E to use, but obviously the AT thing. I hope that fixes itself soon. So this is the next mission. Sorry, next area. Basically, the game takes parts in 3 different islands of Manhattan. So now we're on this one. I don't know enough about Manhattan to say which one this is, or New York, whatever. I'm just an uneducated Brit. So this is the green zone. This one's supposed to be slightly less infected than the other one. However, it's definitely more infected. I believe the one we're in originally was the yellow zone. And we'll get to the other zone, which I'm sure you can probably guess the name of later on.
James. All right, I'm here. Let's meet up. We got a lot to talk about. You got that right. I'm sending you my location. Be careful, James. This neighborhood isn't what it used to be. Don't worry, Father. I'll cross at all the lights. There. I just sent you the coordinates for Galloway's security briefing. Great. It's a Blackwatch base. Good thing I still got my Sergeant Jenkins disguise.
So here we get a little bit of a change of pace.
When you're done, get back here ASAP for the briefing. Happy hunting, soldier.
Spent all this time fighting the tanks, now we're just going to get in one.
James, are you at the briefing?
We do, after this mission, unlock the ability to, now anytime we go up against a tank, just get inside of it instead. Or hijack it.
Hey, 2-2. Let's pop these crazies. What do you say?
Again, we're mostly going to ignore the bonuses. This one, I mean, it's not impossible to avoid. I don't think I got it last time I did this. It's very easy to get by mistake, but it's not a big deal.
Copy that.
Copperhead 2 actual. This is Grizzly 2-3. We're taking heavy fire.
It's fine if you get a couple of the bonuses, as long as you don't get, like, all of them, then it's okay.
This is Kodiak 2-1. We're up.
I mean, some of the bonuses I think it's actually faster to get them because it would take longer to avoid getting them. I am messing this up. Right, let's actually use the lock-on feature. That'd be a good idea.
Oh man, come on. I don't have time to sit here and kill all of you.
Copperhead 2-2. This is Copperhead 2 actual. I need eyes on that bridge. Scout it for any hostile activity. Over.
Copy that.
So the idea here is, and they even tell you it, you generally don't want them to get too close because if they get too close, it's a lot harder to aim at them, your tow missiles don't work properly. So just keep them at a distance.
Alright, let's shut this shit down.
The fuck is that? You feeling that? Shit, we got hydrants in grid 4. Shit, we lost Grizzly 2-3. 2-2, get in there.
I apologise about the buzzing noise, but it's just the warning that you've got no ammo.
We'll clean up the rest of this mess.
I'm not paying enough attention to the right of my screen to
Report to base for briefing ASAP.
care enough about that.
Father, I'm on my way to the briefing. Hopefully, find out where this Galloway bitch is. Okay, James, listen. The green zone is worse than I
I feel bad for these protesters. You just run them over. But, you know, they're in the way, so... That's where I'm supposed to be parking. So apparently I'm losing time here. I don't know why. I don't think I did that mission particularly slow. Maybe I did. Who knows? Maybe I split too early on the previous one. But, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm still 5 minutes ahead. I should move away from this thing. So this was where... Oh no, it was the one after this where I messed up. I went to the wrong mission. As you can see, there's an S and a G, so you can go to either of them. You will be going to both of them eventually anyway, but... For the moment, we just want to go to the S. Obviously, I haven't tested this game enough. I can't say whether it's actually faster to go to the other one first, or to go this way, but I can't imagine it makes too much difference.
So all I know is Roland's disguised as one of several Gentech VIPs. A Black Watch extraction team has been sent to rescue him. You infiltrate that rescue team, and you can kill him. Easy peasy.
Father, I found Galloway. And? He says if I keep her alive, she'll give up the locations of evolved worker for Mercer. Already gave me one name, Roland.
Excellent. What's the problem?
That bitch is crazy. Can't trust her.
Does it matter? You get to Roland, you can find out something about Mercer's plan.
Yeah, fine. I'll pay this Roland a visit.
This is another change of pace mission. Obviously we were just inside of a tank, helping the mercenary people, or not mercenary, army people. Spoilers, but now we're going to be helping them again.
Hope they don't mind me tagging along.
He just kind of hinted at it. You, basically, you turn into a Black Watch soldier. This one you do want to stealth, so you need to wait for a bit. Leave this guy. Can eat this guy. Oh, no we can't. Let's eat this guy. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now we've got uniform, even though we literally had one. And then, yeah, you're just playing as a soldier.
Shut the fuck up, Starnes. I hear a couple of these VIPs are high ups at Gentech. Usually are. Fucking fat cat white coats. That's what I'm saying. They make good money. I'm sure they wouldn't mind paying us some gratuity for our trouble. Don't even fucking think about it, Starnes. 3-4, engage hostiles! Blow them all down!
The reason I'm staying so far away from the commander here is because if you walk into him, he stops and like shakes his fist at you.
All these civilians, and you know what I think? Fuck them. Fuck all of them. I'm sick of this rescue shit.
As long as you don't to go too far away, because otherwise he has to wait for you, and they make a big fuss about it, but... Staying far enough away so that he doesn't accidentally walk into me, and I don't accidentally walk into him.
Focus fire! Focus fire! I want 2 rifles, 1 infected! We're on the same team, 4-3! Watch where you're firing!
Heller, what's your status?
I just thought I'd go and kill them rather than trying to find another weapon.
Tells me there's more to this guy than you're telling me.
He's Mercer's right-hand man. That should be enough reason to kill him.
You know,
So here again, you just want to make sure you're not too near any allies, otherwise you can end up hitting them. But it loves to just grab you over and over and over again.
Get the formation together. I ain't gonna wipe your ass for you.
It is also quite easy to die on this mission, so you have to be careful about that. Because obviously you aren't quite as mobile, you can't eat people to heal yourself.
Don't let him escape! The fuck are you doing, shit-eat? Shoot us again, I'll put you down!
But you can still punch him, so that's always nice.
On the news saying how we burned a school down. How horrible it was. Can't wait to hear what they think when Operation Firehawk gets started. Right, LT? Those are just rumors, Private. It won't come to that. Yeah.
So there you can see I ran ahead, so they stopped. But I just wanted to grab this weapon early.
Hold up. Make sure those alleys are covered. Hydra!
Problem is you can't start shooting them too early, because otherwise your shots don't do anything. Right, I'm going to change here, because there's another one.
Two hydras! Say again, two hydras!
So I'm just going to wait a bit and start shooting.
Teamwork, you fuckheads! Focus fire! Shit. We just killed two hydras. I'm getting laid tonight.
I'll grab another one. I don't really like this one because it's a lot slower at firing. Which then means if you miss, it's much bigger problem.
Red Crown, this is Rattler 4-3.
You can't skip this.
Secure. Request transport ASAP.
Copy 4-3. Transport is inbound. Over.
Galloway, there's 5 of these fuckers. Which one's Roland?
I haven't a clue. Just kill them all to be sure.
Holy shit! Infiltrator in the team! He's
Traitor.
So I didn't do that last time, but yeah, that works. Just do a hold attack and then you just kill all of them in one go. Apart from the one that you actually care about.
Heller, was he there? Is he dead?
Slimy fucker got
And
away.
I'm just going to eat these people because I need the health.
Well, see if I can find him again.
Where am I at? I didn't mean to do that. I split a little bit early. Yeah, there we go. Let's make sure I'm in the air. So I don't get the Heller Revolved animation, obviously. Just keep moving. I don't know if I'm moving in the right direction for this one.
So what happened, Heller?
Roland.
Am I on
Mercer
the white
gave you
light?
all that power and you just turned it against him? So misguided. Such a shame.
I need to head south, but I don't know which way south is, so doesn't really help.
Just giving you time to come around. You'll see.
This mission coming up is probably the only one to include a trick. Again, I haven't tested it. It seems right from how it looks after what happens. Basically, as soon as the mission starts, we're going to restore checkpoint, because I believe it spawns you close, or like closer to where you need to be. So all we do is just load up the mission. then you click Restore Checkpoint. Yes.
Commander Gallagher, this is Red Crown. Infected forces have control of the bridges leading to
And
the
like
red zone.
like I say,
Interrogative.
I can't say for certain what it is that skips, but apparently it's
Roger
faster.
that, Red Crown. We have white knight
Here we just need to grab
on
this guy. Turns out actually he's infected, revolved, or whatever. And then he just runs.
Figured I'd run into one of you.
So you can actually get ahead of him.
Red Crown, this is Cotton
Obviously it's not
Eye
easy.
1. We spotted Heller.
The problem with this one is, like, I know where he's roughly going to be going, but I need to make sure I stay
Reconfirm Gallagher's
in range of
status.
him,
Over.
because if he gets too far away, then...
Infected on the move. Heller and Gallagher.
Copy 2-1. Stand by. Over.
Yeah, if he gets too far away, then obviously, mission fails, as you'd expect.
Catapult 3-2. Heller and Gallagher are nearing an active combat site. Engage both and contain until response team arrives. Over.
So let's put you down, shall we? Stop! What are you doing?
And then we destroy his helicopter. Falls to the ground, apparently that's not skippable. And then we just have to fight him. As you'd expect.
I'll carve that bravado out of your hide, Heller. You have no idea what you're
I can't say whether these fights are so simple because we're on easy, or whether it's just because the fights are simple. Could be both. Yeah, we go, now we've got the blade.
Now we're gonna do some real damage.
It could be that just because it's on easy. Obviously, in a lot of games, increasing difficulty realistically just
Now that's a motherfucker.
makes things do more damage,
Right there.
and they have more health and whatever, but... Alright, where am I? Oh, I didn't mean to land there. I was trying to run along the wall, but I wasn't looking. And then we get a call. I don't need to roughly head in this direction,
Commander from
so...
the White Light program. Turns out he was one of Mercer's evolved.
Evolved? What would they want with the cure for the virus?
No clue. The one thing that can take down the infected, and Mercer's protecting it, doesn't make sense. Gotta figure this shit out before it's too late.
So that now you can see we're at full speed, so we can just run, run, run. What are we on? Nest of Vipers, so we want to go to the S marker, right? So yeah, the reason we just did the G mission was so we could get the blade. I believe from this S marker we get the... we get a second level of the shields, which allows you to do damage whenever you parry attacks, which is nice. You get some spikes on your shields.
So the pointless pursuit continues.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be seeing you real soon, Roland.
And then what? You kill me? And then what do you do after that?
I put an end to this Black Watch bullshit. Then I kill Mercer.
I see. And even if you have to kill thousands of people to do it, you're quite the hero.
Did I say I was a fucking hero, you piece of shit?
Again, I know my time is messed up, but should fix itself after this one.
Lost that dick rolling. Gained this dick.
Right, so what you need to do here is you just run down, or jump down rather, use a Devastator. That, I don't know if it outright kills the Hydra. Something does a lot of damage to it. Yeah, it just outright kills. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Does a lot of damage to it. I don't really know what's going on. Seems to be jumping around. Obviously there's loads of enemies here, we don't care about any of them.
Here it is. Your big moment. So who told you about me? Galloway? Killing me won't make any difference.
No. But it's
I'm quite
gonna
low,
be
so I'm gonna
big.
eat some people, because I got screwed over by this fight last time.
Maybe you need more time to think about
I
this.
don't even know how, but whatever.
Bitch, can't wait to beat you to death with this fat.
Oh no, yeah, we get Hammer Fist from this. Again, just like last time,
Not doing so
because it's a
well,
Juggernaut,
fatty.
you just punch with the tendrils.
This guy's a walking earthquake. Come on, chubby. Give up the goods.
Then we get the Hammer Fists. Hammer Fists are quite useful. So supposedly Hammer Fists are best against breakable objects and any tanks.
Careful with these. could
I don't
lose
agree with that so
something.
much.
Crown, this is Viper 4-2. We found a wounded officer in here.
I found that
A tango in the nest, over.
they're still pretty slow against both of those, just because the attack rate's so low. What I do like them against, though, is Evolved, simply because it seems to stagger them, which is great. Like, all the Evolved with their fancy little blades, you just punch them a few times with the Hammer Fist and they get staggered. Which is really good.
Hostile has left the nest. Open fire.
Don't forget to ride.
I'm going to weaponize here because, again, actually, no, what you should do here is just hijack it. Because hijacking it instantly destroys one of them, and then use the tank to destroy the other, but this works.
Slaughtering us. Request permission to regroup. Over.
Negative 3-3. Infected soldier is priority.
Found Roland.
Over.
I'm going to see if this works. I haven't tried this before.
You really don't play nice, do you?
Yeah, it's a lot easier. Okay.
Monster like you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I've never tried that before, but it's obviously a very easy way to just destroy them. Normally you have to fight them and whatever, but it just burn them down. I'm going to wait till it actually says mission complete. Oh, there's a shield upgrade as well. So we've got both. So as usual, we're just going to fly. There's a mission complete. Just going to keep flying, just in case we evolve. Which we did, yep. We need to go in this direction anyway, so. So here, I'm literally just going to start putting stuff into health. Previously, I think I got 3 points in mass. The last one isn't all that useful.
Take you long enough.
Didn't see you getting up your bony ass to do something.
Don't speak to me like that. No one speaks to me like that.
Seems to me someone should've.
But I'm just going to put it into health, just because, like I said before, I've had some issues with dying and things, so if I just get some more health, then we'll be good.
James, Athena learned that Colonel Rooks is moving all of Dr. Koenig's old
So for reference, for people who are just watching this, maybe
Some of them are working for Mercy.
don't know how
But I
to look
forget
up
them
current
yet.
leaderboards or
Find out
don't
what
want
Mercy's
to,
up
currently
is holding a briefing right now
the
about
world
the
record for
League
easy any percent is 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 hours 26 minutes, I believe.
She's probably
It's definitely 2 hours 20 something. So I got about an hour or just under to get world record, which I don't expect to happen because I'm about halfway through the game. I'm expecting, obviously based on this current pace, to beat my previous record though, so who knows? I mean, some best currently 2:58, so that's pretty nice. So second place is 3 hours and 1 minute, I believe. Hang on, where am I?
Roger that,
Oh, yeah, there.
We're Oscar Mike.
James, what did you find out?
The scientists are already here. They're being flown in from the YZ. I'm on my way to meet them.
So, if things go well, we are on track to get second place. Which would be nice. But like I say, I got third place on my first ever run, so... definitely not difficult to place in this game. Nope, that's not skippable. And obviously, there's loads of ways you could, like I said before, you could min-max this and fine-tune it and whatever. That's not the right word, but... I'm not going to bother stealth consuming these people because it's just not worth it. I mean, look how quickly. Why bother trying to take out the guards when you can just do that?
This little bitch, Lieutenant Riley. He's second in command under Rooks, right? If I were to take his place, bet I could get a whole lot of useful information.
You do what you need to do.
Maker 1, this is Castle. Change of mission. James Heller is in the grid. Set up a full zone perimeter and report all sightings. I want this cocksucker to...
So what I'm going to do here is last time... So first time I did this, I just destroyed them normally. Second time I just got in one of these tanks. I think this time I'm just going to steal the minigun.
Where you at, soldier boy? You gonna make me
Because
break all your toys?
like, the tanks are kind of
Or you
slow.
gonna come out and play?
So I think I'm just going to do this and just run around with the gun.
1-2 is off-grid. Possible casualties. Over. Fuck. 3-1, keep your heads on a swivel. Red Crown, this is Castle. We have contact with Heller. Requesting air support. Over.
Castle, this is Red Crown. Ballista 2 is Oscar Mike to your position. Over.
Castle, this is Hammerhead 3-2. We have contact. Now engaging.
Castle, this is Ballista 2-1.
Because I mean, this minigun destroys tanks so quickly.
Ballista 2-1, engage Tango Primary. Engage Tango Primary. Don't lose him.
Being able to move properly. I don't know if there's a way to just know which one he's going to be in. It's possible. There might be a way, like he might always spawn in the same one. There might be a way to manipulate it. I don't know, but I'm not too interested regardless. Like, it doesn't take long to just destroy all of them. Obviously, one issue now is that I have helicopters chasing me, which makes it a lot more difficult to avoid the alert. Should be fine though. We'll get there. I need to head north anyway. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but... There we go. I have a feeling I might have gone too far. Oh, we got a call. Okay.
Castle, this is Checkmate. Where the fuck are you?
Time to test my acting skills.
Copy. This is Riley. I mean, Castle. Sorry, got a little crazy for a moment there.
No shit. Get your ass to a secure location and call me back. Dr. Archer is missing.
Roger that.
So apparently I lost time there, I'm not sure what from. It's only 13 seconds, so I'm not too worried.
Blackwatch has no idea where she is, but she was working on that white light cure.
Madre de Dios. We have to find her.
Wouldn't worry about it. Now that I got Riley's identity, Rooks will tell me anything I want to know.
Yeah, there we go. So I ran a little bit too far north, but had to get out of the alert anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. So here you fight a lot of the Evolved, which are the guys who look like normal people but have like blade arms. Apparently Blade is best against them, but I've generally found, like I said earlier, that Hammer Fists work really well because it staggers them, so they can't fight back.
I could bodyguard you. Maybe get to the bottom of this White Light project.
De donde puedo. Watch your back, James. Mercer is still out there. I don't think he'll take kindly to your messing with his plans.
I'm not afraid of him. Shit, where'd he go? Ah, damn. That fucker just did that to distract me.
James, did you find Gutierrez?
Maybe. I'm chasing another of Mercer's henchmen. Call you back.
Too slow.
So basically, fight him for a bit. Once you get him to about a third of his health, he then runs away. Thing is, we know exactly where he's going to run to.
Get your ass back here!
Basically, he's just running to the building that we were just on, so... I was expecting to run a little bit faster than this, but apparently not.
Wait, stop! I'll make it worth your while.
Okay. I didn't mean to knock him down there, but it doesn't matter too much. Okay, apparently we have to fight on this building, so I'm just going to let him get a little bit closer to me. Oh, no I'm not. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to stay up here, because this is ridiculous. Okay, there we go. He's dead. So now we've got the Biobomb ability, which basically, as you just saw, it's like the Tendrils hold attack, but you can base it on somebody else's location. Like, you can grab someone, Biobomb them, and then throw them in, and then it just does that, but at a different location. Or, like, with that person being the, like, central target. Or, as you're about to see, you can use it to create a distraction, which is useful in stealth missions.
So that's where Archer's pen pal is hiding. Gotta draw him out somehow. An exploding soldier should do the trick.
So, at this point,
This ain't gonna work if they see me.
all you do... That's not what you want to do. Yeah, I did exactly the same thing on my run yesterday, but it doesn't matter too much because you just resource checkpoint, you're right behind him, grab him, do the Biobomb. As you can see, you just casually walk away and he explodes.
James Heller, you'll never find Dr. Archer. That search ends here. Red Crown, this is Redlet 6-1. I have an infected hostile at Base Adams.
I mean, look, you can see, like, I'm literally interrupting his attacks. If I was doing the Blade, we'd both have the same priority,
Dragon, this is Red Crown. Divert
but I
forces
can
from
just
Base Charlie and
keep
Base
punching him and
Echo
there's
to
nothing
Base
you can do
Adams.
about it.
Over.
Okay, fuck this wild goose chase. I'm finding Gutierrez, and I'm gonna ask real nice what Mercer's doing with all this white light. Father, I'll have Gutierrez in a moment.
Be quick.
I didn't mean to do that, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Will probably be defended.
So the easiest way to do this bit is, because we've got the uninterruptible Devastator, just hit all three of them.
You think you can stop me? Try it.
We're gonna have to hit those guards eventually anyway, so.
There's no reason to be unreasonable here.
Oh well, I didn't like him anyway.
And that's the other thing, obviously, in favour of the Hammer Fists. It was doing, like, splash damage. I had to kill those guards that were next to him anyway, so it was helping take them out. I've never actually done it that quick. Normally you kill him, then you have to kill his guards, and then you get this whole thing, so. I messed it up a little bit by getting the look around and then the evolve, but it's
Still
fine.
no idea where Archer is, but this white light thing sounds like Mercer is fucked with all of it.
My God.
Alright, we'll be on
If
Alpha
we find
Wall.
Archer, maybe we can do something about it. I'll tell Athena to keep looking.
I'll go back to Rooks. She's bound to turn up.
As is common in a lot of these open world games, there are obviously a lot of extra things you can do. As you can see, the field ops, there's that star which unlocks side missions. There's lairs, which are where you have to go inside and you just kill a load of things. We're not going to do any of them because that just gives us more evolutions which we don't need. Again, maybe some of them are really good. Maybe you only need to get like one more of them and it makes something that makes everything a lot easier, but this game isn't exactly difficult anyway.
Dr. Archer.
Maybe if there was like a 100% category where you have to do all of them, that could be something.
I'm on my
Maybe I'll
way
make it,
now.
who knows.
Good.
Not sure I care enough.
Work out what she and Mercer did to the white light.
We better.
But you know, obviously if you're playing this game casually, you probably end up getting them.
Be inside somewhere. Need to find a way in.
So this one, you just kind of wait until you're not being watched anymore. Possible I should get the stealth upgrades to make this faster, but yeah, there you go. Just
Late
walk up to him, break his neck, turn into him. Turn into him again for some reason.
Okay, Athena tapped into the security camera.
Can't skip that, okay.
I see that. This is good. Real good.
That's her, James, in the secure room at the back. Athena says the door's DNA locked to
Pardon me.
Archer herself. I don't think
Pardon
you
me.
can get in there.
Then I'll have to get her out. Those tanks are filled with toxic gas. If I bust them open, she'll come right in.
So again here, I don't know if you're supposed to do this stealthily, but whatever. Oh, what I should be doing is... Right, yeah. Oh, right. I was going to say, I don't know why I didn't just hammer fist these, but I guess that's why.
This is Dr. Archer. James
What is it firing at?
So much for my cover.
That was not the right thing. Basically the point is, for this, these things are full of toxic gas, so you have to stay in a scientist form, which means you can't use your powers, which means just destroying them with a rocket launcher is probably the fastest. And I mean, there's a lot of rocket launchers just lying around, so... Whose idea was it to stick a load of rocket launchers in a room full of poisonous gas canisters? That seems a bit ridiculous to me. I died a lot to this fight yesterday. Basically because I... Well, I mean, you can see I'm already low. But again, this is where the hammer fists come in handy. I think the issue that I had is that I didn't realize you're supposed to kill these things.
The fuck?
So I just went to try and fight her.
I can always call more of my pets if I need to.
Obviously you can see here parrying is really useful because it allows you to chop their arms off, which does a lot of damage. Then we have to fight Archer again, and again, Hammer Fist just staggers them so much. Sure, it doesn't do a lot of damage, which is a problem, but... it's very reliable, is the thing. Now there's 4 of them. All we need to do here is just do a Devastator, that'll destroy a load of them. Even got her in it as well.
That's right, my puppies. Kill him and eat him. Well, if you want a job done right,
You don't have to kill all of them, just kill 2 of them.
you're too late, Heller. My job.
And then we win, but she runs away. Well, I guess she didn't run away, because we got DNA, so probably killed her. I'm not going to split here, because I didn't split here last time. I think I originally split here, but decided against it.
Take him down.
Right, so then you hold B to summon your Brawler pack. We now have the ability to just summon some Brawlers to help us. There they are. I never use it. It's required for a mission. At the second to last mission, you get a slightly different version of it, but you don't really use the ability.
Hungry little fuckers, ain't you? Sicko. Wanted to fetch my slippers.
So there's mission complete. You can see we saved a lot of time there. Saved 2 minutes. That's because last time I died. Which way are we heading?
Not really.
East, apparently.
Mercer's poisoned white light with some kind of blood culture. His blood culture.
We're heading north just to get out the thing. But
Good. I'll get Athena to find the location of every white light depot in the city. What did it do?
Sorry, Father. Can't talk.
so here, it's 3 evolve. Just use Devastator on them. Doesn't quite kill them, but it gets you to the point where you can consume them. So that's good enough. Oh, we get another call. Okay.
Okay, Father. That white light, it turned those soldiers into evolved and killed or infected just about everyone else.
Sorry. Apparently to head northwest, because I don't have the compass, I'm not entirely sure which way northwest is. Seeing as the sun's there and it looks like it's going down, I'd assume it's this way.
Light depot. You should get there quick and make sure no one tries to open those tanks.
I'm on it.
No, it is this way. Right. Right, so I'm going to turn to this just to make sure. I believe this is where you fight the Goliath, which I am especially bad at fighting. Yeah, there it is. Apparently the blade's good against the Goliath, so that's what we're going to be using. So the basic point about the Goliath is that after certain attacks, it falls over and has certain things you can hit. So we hit its head, which then allows us to hit its leg. So then we just have to go chop the leg off. It's not down though. Now it just runs around on one arm. Now we have to watch out for that arm that's got the spike on it, which is what its right arm, I guess. You need to make sure you stay close enough to it that it doesn't just go towards its objective, because you need to keep it away from reaching the facility. As you can see, defeat it before it releases the white light. Yeah, then it does that stab, which I was nowhere near, but apparently I was. Then as you can see, it gets stuck. So you just need to chop the arm off. Didn't quite get it, as is expected. Right, there we go. So now it's only got one arm and one leg, but it's still fighting. Basically what you need to watch out for now is he does a huge jump, which we're just gonna keep away from. He then dazes himself. So we just need to take out the head, which again is probably gonna take 2 attempts. And then he does a big attack when he gets up, so we're gonna run away. Then we cut his head off, and we're done. That was a lot better than last time. Last time I died at least once, I think maybe even twice.
Did you see that? Did anybody else fucking see that? Holy fuck!
Beep. That car is not happy.
Father, answer me.
That's not what I wanted to do. See, that's the problem with the jumping grab. Sometimes it like throws you forward, which is great. Sometimes the thing that it's trying to grab is like right below you, so you just drop out the air. Which means sometimes can be good, if that's what you're looking to do, but... And again, running is probably faster at this point, but I just love jumping and dashing and flying and grabbing and whatever. So we saved another minute and a half there, that's pretty amazing. 11 minutes ahead now. I'm just going to get the health upgrades now, I don't need the mass upgrades anymore. So now we're on the descent, which is where we're going to be heading into the last area, the red zone.
If I'm gonna find Dana, I'm gonna have to join up with these clowns.
So basically what we're looking to do is, just like before, we need to get onto a helicopter or an air bridge so we can get to the next area. Just like before. I'm not going to bother stealth consuming this guy, it will take too long.
In a couple of mics, I'm gonna be wearing your face.
So we just run up to him, eat him. He's probably being watched, but we don't really care.
All units, this is Southpaw. The compound is under attack.
Switch out. We even get a call while we're waiting, so that's nice.
Southpaw? I'm sitting in for Catapult 4-1. Brawler just bit his head off, wouldn't you know it?
Yeah, that happens a lot around here. All right, new Catapult 4-1. You ready to go get Athena?
Getting airborne ASAP.
Oh, right. That was my bad. I wasn't paying attention. So obviously what I should have done was swap to the pilot first. And then land, but I just decided to run straight in.
This is Catapult 4-1. We're inbound to the RZ.
So this is another one of the change of pace missions, you could call them. Just like the tank mission and the soldier mission, we're now going to be in a helicopter.
Catapult choppers, this is Locksmith. Welcome to the red zone. You'll rendezvous with Catapult 4-3 at Site Alpha.
This one's pretty simple. You just follow the leader for a bit. He takes you to some, like, green area or a park, whatever you want to call them. By green, I don't mean it's green as in there's grass there. I mean it is a green. Like, that's, I don't know if that's an English thing, but whatever.
Yeah, sorta.
I believe it's actually just straight ahead. Oh no, it's a little bit off.
Yeah, just taking in the scenery.
Cool thing about the helicopter is that unlike the tanks, the helicopter actually has a way to protect itself against enemy projectiles. Basically, as you'll see, anytime an enemy throws something at you, you get the option to press X. I'm sure it's different on consoles. Get the option to press X to just shoot the things out of the sky, which is pretty nice. Which I believe works even if you don't have any ammo in your rocket launcher. It uses a rocket to shoot them out. But I quite enjoy this one. I play a lot of like air combat games, like Ace Combat and whatever, like Hawks. So
Catapult 4-1, this is Locksmith. We just lost 4-2. It's all up to you now. Roger that.
the helicopter missions are quite a bit more enjoyable for me than the tank one. And the soldier one's just... You feel a bit useless in the soldier one. I don't like the soldier one. The tank one's fine, but the soldier one's not great. As you can see there, I just defended. They're throwing rocks at me. Again, this is one of those bonuses where, although I did say we're trying to avoid bonuses, you're kind of trying to protect yourself as well. Who knows, it might be faster to just let them hit you and then not get the bonus, because you don't really take any damage otherwise. Unless you're a terrible pilot. And oh, you can even just dodge them. Okay, well, never mind then. So yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit faster just to dodge them. But it really doesn't matter that much. Like I said, if you get a couple of the extra bonuses, it's not too big a deal. So now we destroy all the Hydras. We're going to have to land, so... to get the scientists out, engineer, whatever. Engineer, I guess. So we're just going to make sure that we are already landed. He just destroyed my chopper, but whatever. Should be fine. And then we just get out of here. And then we head southwest. That's south. Oh no, that is southwest. Yeah, it's... I don't know, something about south. It's a lot harder for me to tell southwest compared to southeast. I'm bad at that. Look at my tail. That was that brawler just breaking up my tail wing. So then we drop the engineer off here. Can't skip this bit. I have tried.
Come on. Come on. There we go. Got that bitch's address.
And then we head east. So we drop them off. There we go.
right, locksmith. I guarantee you she'll be off your grid for good.
And then we get a call.
Dana Mercer.
Huh? Who is this? How the fuck did you get my number?
Everyone in Blackwatch has your number now.
Heller? Oh shit. They know I'm here. Okay, I'm sending you some coordinates. Meet me in an hour. Got it?
I'll be there.
So now we move on to the next mission. This mission's alright. Can be a little bit annoying. You can get screwed over very easily, and there's some wonky collision physics, but other than that, it's fine. Turn down this street. So look there, you can see there's a lair right there, and we're going to go past that one quite a lot as well. So apologies to the completionists out there who would love me to stop and grab that lair, but it's not happening. I don't even know what's in that one. I mean, I've gone down it at some point because which way? Direction? Oh, okay.
All right, I'll take a look.
I must have gone down at some point because I've previously 100%ed this game, but that was like probably 5-6 years ago.
All units, this is Straight Jacket. Anyone spots a white light barrel in the city,
Maybe more,
you are
so.
to alert Red Crown. Then transport the barrel ASAP to base India 9 or 6. Straight Jacket out.
You hear that? Sounds like they figured out white lights making things worse instead of better.
So much for Mercer's grand plan.
I don't think I need to be a soldier for this part, but I'm going to do it anyway, just so I don't get shot at. I think, no, you can't skip this.
Never thought I'd say this, but you better give Blackwatch a hand. Get those barrels into the incinerator.
So the whole point of this mission is you pick up these barrels, you throw them into the incinerator. The incinerator is unfortunately slower than we are, so we do have to wait around for a bit, which does get annoying because infected come to try and stop you. Just try and round some of them up. Another issue is that, just like with the rocket launcher, things can get in the way of the things can actually get in the way of the incinerator, meaning you can't throw any barrels in there. And even worse, if something is in the way and you knock it into the incinerator, the incinerator obviously eats it, which then means you can't use the incinerator while it's finishing off whatever you threw in there. So it can be a little bit annoying. Probably didn't need to eat that guy, but I'm doing it just to make sure I've got plenty of mass, just in case I need to use Devastator again anytime soon. Oh, just rip him in half. So then there's 3 more barrels scattered around. Well, I say scattered, they're not very far, but scattered around the city. And then there's loads of infected and evolved chasing after you, but they are not quite as fast as we are. and you can avoid them very easily. You just jump. I didn't mean to land there, but whatever. It's also another situation where the jumping grab is useful. That's not what I wanted to do. So you can see there I made sure to jump over that guy just because had I tried to throw it, it would have got in the way. I don't know why it threw it at some random brawler. Well, whatever.
Those barrels reach the atmosphere.
We're fucked.
Good to
Some
know.
gripping dialogue right there. What happens if these barrels reach the atmosphere? We're fucked. Good to know. Wow. So well thought out. So again, as you can see, brawlers running straight towards me, just jump over them. And then you throw it in, and then we go get the next one.
White light's getting bigger. Hurry!
It's possible you can throw them from further. Generally, whenever I try to do that, he just throws it at something, like a brawler or an Orion soldier or whatever. So, I just like to get a little bit closer. First time I did this, or when I was doing my practice run, I was literally like walking right up to it to try and like place it inside, which was not worth it. But this seems to work. You know, just make sure you get a little bit close, make sure there's nothing in the way, and then just throw it in, and you're done. Then we just need to leave the base area, and then even though we just helped all these people, I guess we're still enemy number one, so just need to make sure we don't, or we need to exit the alert rather. There's mission complete. Again, I lost a little bit of time there, I lost 30 seconds. I'm not sure how, but I did, so just have to take it and move on. I'm still nearly 11 minutes ahead, so we should be fine.
Be pleased.
What's the time? 20 past 8, alright.
For now. Heller? Heller, are you there? I can't hear
So we're getting close to the end now. There are 7 missions left.
Heller?
Some of them are quite short.
Elena Galloway. I need to talk to you about Project Firehawk. You know what that is?
Sounds familiar. Remind me why I care.
Trust me, you care. Come and meet me right now.
Send me the coordinates.
Oh, going the wrong way. My notes do say to head southeast, but obviously I didn't have a compass up, so wasn't sure which way southeast was. Alright, so this mission's kind of annoying. I don't really like this one, just because you have to destroy all these gas tanks. I might try and see if I can find another weapon, because that's been working quite well for us. Whether that be like a rocket launcher, or something from a tank, or whatever. My notes say to use the hammer fists, because obviously they're destructible objects, so hammer fists are supposed to be good against them, but
You can lock all the doors.
hammer fists seems to take forever.
But you can't protect those plans forever. This base is locked down tight. Doesn't look like Cantrell is going anywhere soon.
You're a soldier, right? I'm sure you know
No,
how
I can't skip this. So, yeah, if there's a tank somewhere,
Have to make their security calls.
if it's the like lower down tank, the one that's got the minigun, I'll just probably steal its weapon.
Oh, Heller.
If it's
How's it
not,
gonna hurt your
I will
brain
just
there?
hijack it. If there aren't any tanks anywhere, which doesn't look like there are. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, we're just going to do this the normal way. We can use tendrils though, because tendrils attack a little bit faster. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me if tendrils are better than hammer fists at this. Hammer fists are very slow is the problem.
Tango Primary is trying to force us out of lockdown.
Put a stop to it, Copperhead. We need to finalize these plans.
Checkmate, this is Copperhead. Commander Cantrell's safety has been compromised. Over.
Shit. We need Cantrell out of there. He knows too much to be compromised.
We are not running
Hooray! I was gonna say, I hope one of these Orion soldiers grabs me so I can get rid of that stupid AD prompt. And they did. Oh, brutal. As you can probably see, and like I said before, I'm not great at this game. I'm okay at it. I wouldn't say I'm fantastic. So if anyone out there is interested in trying this game, please do. You can probably beat me. Like I've said, it's a very easy game. It's very simple. There's not really a lot to it. Easy to pick up. It's a fun game. There's no tricks or anything, so it's not difficult to learn. So yeah. If you want to start becoming a speedrunner, this is probably a good game to start off with. Because you just play it as intended.
Heller, if you lose control, we'll never know what Firehawk is about. Move it.
I'm going to need the claws here, so just going to swap to them early.
Catapult 4-4, this is Red Crown. Recovery team has been sent to your location. Over.
Obviously it seems like blocking there is faster than dodging, because you get the slice attack to cut an arm off, which is low damage. I'm going to dodge that one just because I want to keep hitting this thing.
Catapult 4-4, this is Red Crown. Recovery team is en route. Arrival in approximately 2 mics.
Then we can rip this guy's arm off. There we go, 2 for 1. Then we've got some random woman with the whip fist, which is the last weapon in the game. I'm going to swap to hammer fist as usual, just because
I got some woman with a whip fighting me.
staggers them, like we said.
He must be going after Firehawk too.
No, I'm going to try something else. Oh, never mind. Try fight with the claws.
Is that all you've got?
Not even close. Not so fast.
Like I say, just hammer fist, keep her staggered. Doesn't always work, but keeps the brawlers away as well, so that's always useful. So now we've got the whip fist, then we get a little tutorial as usual on how to use it.
Try getting at me with this.
I don't use this weapon that much. There's one mission where you do use it. Whip fist generally is good against large groups because it's got big sweeping attacks. Wouldn't surprise me if you're playing on New Game Plus, it's good against the helicopters, because you can just do that, like we just did. It's used on the second to last mission.
Bullseye.
It's using the second to last mission, and you'll see why when we get there.
Red Crown, this is Commander Cantrell. Stop the Cadovac. I'll fucking walk.
And it's possible that it's useful for that, because you can just grab people from far away. But that's whatever. I don't really care too much about that.
Sons of bitches. What the hell are they up to?
Castle, this is Checkmate. Return to base ASAP, over.
Roger that, Checkmate. On my way.
Wonder what he wants.
Says mission complete. Again, we're quite far ahead. Probably going to evolve here, which is why I'm still flying. Yep. I'm just going to stop here just in case I get a call, and because I don't want to end up going too far. Again, just keep giving myself health. Oh, this is interesting. Was not expecting that. Okay, so now we want to head to the S marker. Basically, there's 2 missions we do with the S marker. Then we go do that R marker one. Again, I don't know why they're done in this order, but they are. So, let's get it done. This is another one of the helicopter missions. It's a very simple mission, and you can actually...
Every word. And as much as I'd like to punch her square in the mouth, it sounds like you better follow that lead.
you can
If you
skip
escape
ahead
to the
on this
transport
mission a little bit,
meeting, then we'll be able
which
to
is
find
nice.
out what they're up to.
Again, there's a lot of people in here, so I'm not going to bother trying to stealth consume. I'm just gonna drop on him and consume him. Oh, apparently that counters as... Oh, no, it didn't. Never mind. Right, so now obviously we're just going to wait. Let's just climb to the top of this building while we wait. Again, this is making me wonder if it's worth getting one of the subterfuge or stealth or whatever it's called in this game upgrades. Just because you can drop your suspicion sooner, faster, whatever.
This is Commander Ellis. Thanks for the escort. I need you to take up the rear and keep your eyes peeled
So
for
yeah,
the
the whole point of this
airborne
mission
Don't
is
want to keep the other Firehawk commanders waiting.
there's these packs of birds,
Because you ought to have a chat with the fire.
so you just take out the birds,
I haven't seen flying that sweet since Korea.
and you don't have to wait until you get told to take them out. You can just fly ahead, take them all out.
Keep flying like that and I'll make you my personal pilot.
But I'm doing it quite slowly this time, not sure why.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, normally like the third pack should already be dead by now, but whatever.
First time I felt safe in
I think
one
I'm
of these things
just
since I got
spamming
the
too much
LIZ.
rather than wait until I get a lock on. Right, so then as soon as that one's dead, you start flying east, because you need to protect this base. You'll probably see the helicopter just start taking damage here for absolutely no reason, like that. And note that's the helicopter I'm supposed to be protecting, not the one I'm flying, so it wasn't because I like flew into the building or whatever. Like you can see, he's just taking damage. He's not near anything. There's no birds over there. I've already killed them all. So I don't know why that happens, but it does. Then of course we go to this base, which is why I'm already here. Then we just need to take out the infected.
Leave this guy alone for 2 minutes.
James, they're surrounding Ellis's chopper. You can't let them get him.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
So then you just go protect this chopper, which has already taken one hell of a beating. I don't know how he survived, but whatever, he did.
Protect Oscar 6 Echo. Over.
It's like I said, nice and simple. That's all of them. From this point on, as you can see, he gets into a tank. From this point, it's a good idea to focus the Hydras, just because the tank generally can take out Brawlers and Juggernauts without too much help. You want to take them out as well, but focus the Hydras because the tank's a bit useless against those. I can't imagine any helicopter pilot wanting to fly between streets like this. This must be horrible. I mean, one wrong move and that happens. Your blades start banging against the buildings and that's it. You spin out of control and you're dead.
Fucking brawler pieces of shit. How you doing with those Hydras, 2-2?
It's like I say, just take out the Hydras first. Because the tank killed the Brawlers, so we don't need to do anything.
Red Crown, this is Oscar 6 Echo. Made it to checkpoint Beta. I'll handle these brawlers. Just keep those Hydras away from me.
Obviously, not only are you... So it's one thing to fly between streets like this. That would already be horrible, but doing that in a combat situation with, like, giant rocks being thrown at you that you need to dodge? No, thank you.
Better hurry up. We need all 4 commanders.
So we're nearly at the end. Just need to keep escorting him. There's a base nearby that he goes into.
You need to take out all 4
I believe
commanders.
it's in that
It won't
direction.
stop the mission, but it'll at least buy us some time until we find out more.
Engage those Hydras. Move to engage those fucking Hydras.
And then again, just focus the Hydras. Because they're what really slow him down. The Brawlers aren't as big of a concern. Keep them out of the way, but they're not a big deal. And then, now that he's in the base, we just go fly over here, because this is where we're going to be asked to land.
Ballista 2-2, this is Red Crown. Land and report for debriefing. Over.
Not quite.
Now consume those commanders before you lose them. It's the only way we'll find out what this Firehawk is all about.
Relax. I'm on it.
Load of Hydra spawn, now that we're out of the helicopter, but it really doesn't matter, that's not what we're doing here. It's just a very convenient distraction.
All units, this is Red Crown. Your mission is to engage and suppress the hostile.
While we
Over.
kill these 4 commanders. As far as I know, it's always the last one.
Damn, these meeting-loving bastards all look alike.
I could be wrong, but I think it is. Right, so then we just need to exit the alert. We're going north anyway, so... I might not make it to that building. No, I'm not going to. Well, that's unfortunate. Probably should have switched later, because then I would have been able to make it to the building, but oh well. we're going to get a call here, so I'm going to land on the floor. Yeah, let's get this. Shape-shifting. That's what I want to say.
Dana, you there?
I hear you, James. Are you alright?
We need hard facts on this fire.
So, only 5 missions left, so we're coming up to the end. Like I say, world record would be finishing very shortly.
Okay.
2 hours 26 minutes, so not quite there. Where are we heading? What are we on? Operation Firehawk? Yeah, so we need to go to the S. So I went a little bit too far, but it's fine. Not too far. This mission is quite dangerous. Basically, there's other helicopters that you need to destroy. For people who haven't been paying attention, or, well, I mean, you don't really had a chance, but if you missed what was happening with Operation Firehawk, what it is, why we're worried about it, basically, the army have decided to just commit genocide. They are just going to wipe out the entire population of the Red Zone, which is where we are, which is basically Manhattan, kill 1.5 million people by just firebombing everything.
Lined up like
Which,
fucking dominoes.
you know, we don't really want to happen. If there's a cure for all of this, then why not take the cure? So, we're going to stop it. What we're going to do is just grab one of these helicopters. And then just start destroying the other ones. The reason why it's dangerous is because I don't know what they're packing in these missiles, but they are, as you can see, very destructive. They're like mini nukes.
Couldn't pretend I didn't hear that.
So, enemy helicopters get destroyed in one hit, but the reason why this is dangerous is because if you get hit by one of those missiles, not as a helicopter, but if like your helicopter gets destroyed and you get hit by one of those missiles, you're dead. You need to restore checkpoint. So you need to be careful. If your helicopter does get destroyed, which it often does, you often need to steal another one. If your helicopter does get destroyed, you need to make sure that while you're getting another one, you don't accidentally
Sounds like a jackpot.
fall under one of them.
You destroyed that, you destroy any hopes they have of leaving New York a smoldering
I mean, you can see, like, I've already lost 75% of my health now. So it's, I don't want to say likely, but highly possible that my helicopter will get destroyed. The other thing is there's an ammo depot, or depot, which you need to destroy, and you cannot melee it. So if you lose a chopper, I guess you just have to go find another one, which is a bit more difficult because you kind of destroyed all the choppers. But yeah, you just have to destroy this bunker. But like I say, you cannot melee it because if you're in that explosion, that's it, you're dead. Then all you need to do to text this alert is you just get out.
Damn straight it's a failure. Just like you were to your mama, asshole.
And then that's it, we're done. Was expecting just to get punched there by an infected, but sure. So we saved a minute there, that's pretty good. I think last time my helicopter got destroyed, so I had to go get another one. Obviously didn't have to worry about it this time. So, now we've only got a few more, 4 more missions left, including this one. So, well, 3 after this one, and then 3 more, whatever.
Dana, it's me. Listen, I know who has Maya. Some asshole named Griffin. He's a government agent of some kind.
That's fantastic. Okay, Griffin. I'm looking him up now.
Yeah, so am I. Looks like he's in that chopper.
Oh, right. So this is a follow mission. I imagine if you ever played a driving game, you're well aware of these follow missions. You just need to make sure it doesn't get too far away. Important difference is that, unlike a lot of follow missions in like GTA games or driving games, you can't. It's not possible to get too close. In a lot of those games, you have to not only do you have to stay like within a certain distance to make sure it doesn't get too far away, but if you get too close, then they become suspicious, and then that's it. Game's over, or mission's over at least. With this one, it's not possible. You can run straight up to it, and it's fine. I think. I could be wrong about that. That suspicion meter could be saying that if I get into an alert, then it's over, because clearly they're the ones triggering the alert. There's nothing else around me that would need to be suspicious of me. But, yeah, whatever.
Red Crown. Provide a sit rep on the VIP delivery. Over.
Red Crown, we're on the ground.
So then, surprise, there's a load of evolved.
How about I just kill you?
You can fight them, but you need to make sure you... Well, I wouldn't recommend fighting them, basically. Because you need to make sure you stay close enough to this particular one with the little green arrows above his head. He's heading to what's in my notes described as the Circle Building. I believe it's a stadium of some kind. I apologise again for being uneducated. I've never been to New York, although I have played a lot of... or never been to Manhattan. Although I have played a lot of games set in Manhattan. I don't remember its name. I know it's in a lot of Spider-Man films, and it's in a lot of Spider-Man games. It's like a big circular building, basically. Like I say, I know something happens in one of the Spider-Man films in there. I don't know if it's like a museum, or if it's like somewhere where you give like shows or presentations or whatever, but...
All units, focus efforts on Heller. This is your mission. Over.
But it is this building. That was interesting. Okay, let's try this again. So, as you can guess, every time we come up against Evolved now, all we do is just let them group up, and then use the Devastator. And that basically kills them.
Red Crown, I'm requesting assistance. I need help.
And then all we need to do is just run over and eat this guy.
I know where your daughter is. I can get you access to her.
Yes, you can. Piece of shit. Should have took my time tearing you apart.
So then all we need to do is just run this way, get mission complete. Lost 8 seconds there, but it's not too big of a deal. This is unfortunate, but oh well.
Dana, I need intel on somebody named Carson. Works for the same outfit Griffin did.
Like I say, 3 missions left. There are no more splits remaining in my little split menu. Ordinarily I show a lot more. I show like 8, 10, whatever, depending on how many there are, but
You at the safe house?
the problem with this game is obviously there isn't a good spot to put something that big. Well, okay. I say ordinarily I show a lot more. When I play Final Fantasy, because it's in 4x3, I can afford to put something down the side. Because obviously, widescreen versus a 4x3, like 16:9 widescreen versus a 4x3 game. But I can't do that in this, obviously, so I don't. Like I say, getting towards the end.
I'm I'm on my way to see Ruggs.
This mission unfortunately has another Goliath, which,
You thought about how you're gonna
as I've
ask
said
him?
before, I am not very good at fighting.
Alright, I'm sending you his coordinates.
Although I did a lot better this run than I did in my last two, or my last one in the practice run, but... Still, I don't really like fighting them that much. Mission after this is really annoying. There's not really a lot to it, but it just takes a long time. You have to protect something that dies very easily. Doesn't cause you to lose if it dies, but it just wastes time if it dies.
Hey, it's me. Is Rooks... Did you get what you needed?
I got the intel, yeah. Carson's at a Blackwatch base not far from here. I'm going after him now.
Alright, good luck.
And then the last mission is just basically a boss fight. Against, well... If you know anything about Prototype, you probably already know who the final boss is. It is a very easy boss. I should have been in a military form, so let's do that.
Dr. Carson, you ready to leave yet?
Yes, I'm almost ready to go. Just gathering up the last of my things.
Shamrock, transport for Dr. Carson is inbound and on schedule-ish. Over.
As usual, we're just gonna eat him, because who cares?
You three, collect this equipment and stow it at once. And where's my fucking helicopter?
Really doesn't matter if we go into an alert here. So just run in, eat him, go into this office.
We have to evacuate. We have to evacuate.
Then we eat this guy. Dr. Carson, I guess his name is.
Sons of bitches!
Dr. Carson, we're ready for your pickup, but we can't land until the disturbance on the ground is dealt with. Over.
Roger.
Roger that. Let's just hope someone can save our wuss asses from whatever the fuck is going on out there.
Right.
Obviously, I haven't played this game properly for quite a while, so I don't remember too much about the story, so I couldn't tell you what happens in each of the cutscenes or whatever, but... It's probably something important. I apologise for not being able to tell you. There's a bonus here to defeat this thing without taking any damage. Again, I must have got it at some point because I've 100%ed this game, and I'm pretty sure getting all of the bonuses is one of the requirements, but it is difficult to do. Goliaths are not easy to defeat. So that went pretty well. Obviously getting better at fighting Goliaths.
That's how you do that.
Ballista 2-1, you aren't clear to land. LZ is swarming with infected.
Shamrock 4-2, I have orders to extract Dr. Carson and rendezvous with the Maya
Then we just need to kill these brawlers. Then I believe there's some evolved somewhere. I don't quite remember where.
Shamrock, this is 4-2. All the infected are dead.
Dr. Carson, this is Boston 2-1. I'm gonna try to get you out now. I'm going to the helipad ASAP.
Yep. There's the evolved, so then we just use the Devastator, obviously, because that's all you do against evolved. And then you just need to consume each of them. And again, looks like it's always a third one. Something about his daughter, I believe. I don't. For those of you who care, I mean, if you really care, just play through the game or like read a synopsis. I don't remember enough about the plot. Let's take health again. Really doesn't matter at this point anymore. We're not going to need any more upgrades. So, like I say, only 2 missions left. Labour of Love, which is a very annoying mission, and then a boss fight at the end. So, basically, this mission, right? It's a big building. We went there earlier when we turned into one of the pilots.
James, I looked at the address.
There's a huge metal door that we're trying to...
Checkmate, this is Red Crown.
huge metal door that we want to break down, basically.
Red Crown, when I'm done with Heller, Blackwatch won't ever have to worry about him again.
And it says we need to hammer fist it. Oh, I'm going to swap to this now. But hammer fisting it really doesn't do anything. You can see it's literally not taking damage. So I'm just going to go destroy these. Then basically what happens is some alpha juggernaut spawn, and we use those to destroy the door for us. And then we just need to protect them. Important point here is that everything dies in one hit, which is why, like I said, we use the Whip Fist. This is the only mission, the only point of the game that we use the Whip Fist, but we do use it. Basically, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a tank, whether it's a helicopter. Everything dies in one hit. So, Whip Fist is good because obviously it's got such sweeping attacks that you can just destroy everything around you. Helicopter's the biggest problem because they do a lot of damage, and obviously they're in the air, so they're hard to destroy. Tanks have to run up to this pathway. Brawlers are fine. Brawlers are nice and easy to deal with. It's just the helicopters that are a problem.
All ground units, this is Fortress 1. The barricade is taking damage. Move to engage those fucking juggernauts. Get them away from there!
God damn this door.
So what I expect to happen shortly is that my juggernauts are going to die.
Checkmate, this is Fortress 1. Heller's Pets are almost through the barricade. You are advised to relocate.
Wow, I wasn't supposed to get this high, jeez. Okay, that works.
Think you'll find I'm not much for surprise.
Basically, if they die, 3 more alpha juggernauts spawn. You just have to go kill one of them, then you get another alpha pack. And then you just tell them to go hit the thing again. Alright, that was good. So, there we go. Did it without any of them, without having to reset. So that was nice. The reason why I'm jumping here is because the bodies of your juggernauts basically get in the way. which is very annoying. But you can jump over them.
James, what happened? James?
So we're now on the last mission. As you can see, I'm currently 15 minutes ahead, so I would expect to get a sub 3 hours here.
He's not my brother anymore.
My boss fight on my last run was pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to save too much time here. Wouldn't surprise me if I lose a little bit, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. For those of you who don't know, the final boss fight is against Alex Mercer, who is the protagonist of the first game, Prototype 1, which I've never actually played. I've heard it's alright, but it's basically just the same as this.
Well, let's get this over with, shall we?
Important point is that you cannot use the same weapon he is using against him, so currently we have the blade equipped. We do not want the blade, because if you try and use the blade, he does some cocky remark and says, "I'm using that," and then he'll just keep doing that until you swap weapon. So we're just going to use the claws. It's possible that it's better to change to the blade after this, because he basically, once you get his health bar down, he changes weapon. I believe after this he goes to the whip fists, and then he goes to the hammer fists. Right, so now we just need to do this, and as you can see he's basically dead, so we can punch the hell out of him. And then he changes weapon. I don't think it's this one where he summons bow, I think it's the next one.
Impressive.
Yep, so there we go. He changes to... Yep, whip fist, just like I said.
Nice try. Getting rusty, are we? That wiped the smirk off your face now, didn't it?
Come on, Heller. You could be the grandfather of the new world.
Now I know you're just trying to make me mad. Missed me.
So then we stab him a little bit. Still got one more round. Now he starts using the hammer fists.
Well, now you just pissed me off.
As you can see. So here you want to swap to the tendrils. Summons a load of birds. You just use the Devastator to kill them all. And like I say, just use the tendrils here. You can't block anymore, I guess, because he's hitting with such force that it doesn't do anything. What we didn't see is often he will jump away, and rather than like doing a jump attack on you, he'll do like the hammer fist spikes attack. So you have to dodge to the side and then run towards him. Oh, here we go. So you just dodge to the side, and then you just run towards him, dodge to the side, and then just get towards him and take him out. Right, so now we've beaten him.
Get down where you belong. Show me what you got.
So this is then like a quick time sequence just to kill him. It's very simple. All you do is block, chop his arm off. He then changes weapon, and you block, and chop his arm off. And then he does double hammer fists, and you block, and then spam right click to pull his arms off. And then now he's got no arms. And then all you do is, I think you get your claws out for this. Yeah, there you go. And then you just mash left click and just kill him. Time is some point after he screams. I'm going to wait until the cutscene starts just to make sure. And then that's it. That's time. So, there we go. Actually saved 25 seconds, 2 minutes 50, so I was 16 minutes faster than my previous run. That's probably, apologise if you heard any noises, it's probably also ruined the screen a little bit, or frozen it, or whatever. As you can see, if I open the larger layout, this isn't all of the missions, but you can see I did pretty well. I did lose a little bit of time on some missions, but I still stayed fairly far ahead. For those, if you care about the colours, gold means it's my fastest ever split, so that's obviously going to be a lot of them, because I've only done one run before this. Pale green, which is all those other ones, means that I lost time but am still ahead. Darker green means I did better than my PB, which I've only got one run, so obviously it's going to be better than it's either going to be better or worse. There's no like in between. But it's not my best split. And then there's also orange and red, but you're not going to see any of those. So, thanks everyone who does end up watching this video. That was, of course, Prototype. Very simple game, like I say. I'm just going to look up quickly who it is that did the guide for it. Like I say, if anyone is interested in getting into this game, if you just go to speedrun.com/prototype2, you can find the leaderboards there, and if you click on the left hand side, there is an option that says Guides, which was submitted by the user Ween, who I believe, is the any % hard record holder, and is the New Game Plus record holder for easy, normal, hard, and insane. So thank you very much, Ween, for creating the guide. It was very useful. As I'd recommend with most things, go through the guide, but don't rely on it. I generally like to go through the guides and then make my own notes from the guide, just so it works specifically for me. Good example is, I know I wrote down which direction I need to go after every mission and towards the end of every mission and things like that. So I just always recommend doing that just to make sure. Yeah, thank you, Ween, for the guide. Thank you anyone who does end up watching this video. I believe my other speedruns are on YouTube, so if you want to watch those, feel free. Send me any comments, send me any likes, subscribes. If you've got any recommendations for other games that you think might be good, please let me know. But otherwise, thank you everyone for watching, and I'm going to go submit this. See ya.